let's look into the advanced method used to combine more than one data frame. So the merge and join functions help us to combine data frames in a database style manner. So let's explore more on them. So merge command is very high performant. It works similarly to a relational database SQL query, and it works significantly better than the other operations similar to this in the R programming language. The efficiency is due to the algorithmic design and internal layout of the data in the data frame. So this is about merge function. It is very commonly used a function to combine data frames, many data frames together. Join function is actually implemented using merge in the underground, but it gives you a easier, convenient method to combine two potentially different index data frames. So we look into both merge and join in detail in this video. The merge method can be done in different ways. So you can use left, right, outer or inner join. So what this actually means is that I will show you with the Venn diagram. So when you're using inner join, it is like intersection. If it is present only in both the data frames, it would be included, or else it would not be included. So that's about inner. So outer is in the sense all the keys in both the data frames are included. Okay. Left join means that all the elements in the left key would be there. So there would be intersection of the right key also, but right data frame also. But it's how it's separated. Similarly, we have right join also. So if you're not able to understand it completely, example will help you to understand this more in detail. So let's get into the coding part. So here we are to the coding section. So we will try to merge them together. So I'm creating two data frames over here. As you can see, we have city and temperature, city and humidity. So we have the same column, one column, and another one is different column. So what we are trying to do over here is when we merge, we have few parameters that we need to pass. So the how and on. How is the thing that we give? It can be inner, outer. The way we are going to join is given in the how parameter, and on is given by which column we actually need to do this on. So if you remember properly, when we are concatenating, we used to give the index to each and every thing so that we are able to do it properly. We are when you are joining it in access wise, we can join it properly. So in merge, we give the on command so that it is merged based on the city value over here. So let's combine and merge and see how the output is. So we have city, New York, Chicago and Orlando. When we are merging like this. Okay. You can see that the order over here is New York, Chicago and Orlando. Here the order is Chicago, New York. Okay. But when we are getting the answer, it is correctly mapped as New York 21 68 with the 68 over here. This is because we are not using the actual index over here. We are actually merging on city. So city is like the primary key over here using which we are joining both the table. You can consider it like that. So what happens? Okay, we can do different types of join. Okay, so let's consider new two data frames. In this data frame, we have temperature and humidity like what we had before. But the cities, we have few cities that are common and few cities that are unique for each data frame. So let's see how the merge actually happens. Similarly, we are merging on the city. Okay, how is given as inner. So what actually happens is that inner means it should be intersection of both the columns. So we have intersection of Chicago and New York are present in both the data frame. Okay, so those two columns alone, those two rows alone would be present. So this is the output. In outer join, what happens is all the four rows over here and five, new one, five. So five rows would be there, and we have two columns. Okay, temperature and humidity. For whichever row the value is not present, it would be NaN. Okay, so we know that Orland and Baltimore is not present in the humidity. So we are not getting value for it. Okay, fine. And similarly, Santiago is not in the temperature. So similarly, right now we are showing inner and outer. We similarly add inner and outer even in the concat thing. Okay. So we also have left and right join over here. So what left does is it keeps all the index values of the first data frame alone. Okay. And if the second data frame is also a part of it, we have it. So the output would be all the frames except Santiago. Santiago will not be there since it's actually not present in the first data frame. We look into the first data frame. This is our first data frame. So we will have all these rows when we do left join. But okay, let's see how it is. We will not be having Santiago alone because it's not present in the left. So similarly, when you're doing the right join, you will have all the things that are present in the second data frame. So we have Chicago, New York, and Santiago. So these rows alone will be present. For columns, we will have both the columns, temperature and humidity. Okay, yeah, this is how it is. So you will be getting the same the left and right. Only thing that differs is the order. So I'll be able to get the same output for the left and right output if I change the order alone. So this is the same. What I'm doing is I'm just changing the order over here. So the same output over here would be repeated. Let's see. Sorry, I'll just not put the comma over here. Yeah, it's the same output. So the left and right just determines the order in which you are merging. Okay, so far we have seen about it. So many times you get NaN value, NaN value. So sometimes you want to know which was the column which actually resulted in NaN, whether it was the right column and or the left one, right data frame or the left data frame. So you can use this indicator. What this does is, if NaN value is there, it shows whether the NaN value was due to the left data frame or right data frame. Okay. Yeah, going forward. So we might have data frames which has, so in the previous example that we saw, we had two data frames. It had temperature and humidity. Both the column names are different. But in some scenario, the column names would also be same, like this. So we have temperature and humidity. We have another few set of cities with temperature and humidity. So when we are merging with the city, what happens is the different column names, different columns have the same name. So we have to suffix it. So you can suffix this underscore first and underscore second. So whatever column, when there is a repetition, it uses the suffix to differentiate whether it's from the first data frame or the second data frame. Let's see the output. So this is the output that we got. Okay. So we're getting these values are from the second data frame. These values are from the first data frame. So if you don't give the suffix over here, the output would look like underscore x underscore y. I'll just show you. Underscore x and underscore y. But having a suffix helps us to understand better. Okay. Yeah, I hope this is clear. Yeah. This finally brings us to, so far we have looked into merge. Join is actually implemented with merge in the underlying, but we'll just see how to use join also. So we have created two data frames. The thing is, we are not actually. I'll just show you an example. So in join, we don't actually have that on. We are not passing the on over here. What we are doing is the on is actually used to specify which thing you should be using as a primary key kind of thing to actually join two data frames. So here what we are doing is we are setting the index to be city. So we have two data frames like this. When I'm joining it, so this is the first data frame, this is the second data frame, and the third. Okay, the first and third have different names. I mean different column names. So when I'm printing it, the suffix is not required. It will be temperature plus humidity. It works perfectly. Okay, but if I have the same column name, which I have it for data frame 2, what it would do is it would use the suffix over here to actually join them. So it will be temperature underscore L underscore R. Okay, to differentiate between which one is from the first which data frame. So this is about join. Thank you. See you in the next video.